Tervehdys, minä herra Monotoni ja nyt pelaillaan The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Okei, mä en ole siis vielä käynnistänyt edes tätä peliä kertaakaan. Kyllä, tätä pelattiin tällä kanavalla. Computer is barely visible. Laitetaan. Pitäisikö katsoa ainakin muualle heti? Okei. Elikkä se on. Niin. Mulla saattaa olla näyttö vähän ehkä kirkkaalla. Mitä? Please enter current time. Okei, laitetaan siihen sitten. Kello on hiton PM. Laitetaan minuuttia edelle tosta noin. Tää onkin. Tää oli outo kysymys. Mutta katsotaan. Okei. Kun toi kuitenkin sais ton Reskertares ton ajan Windowsin kellosta, niin mitä ihmettä toi oli? Aloitetaan peli.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple.
Joo.
He sat at his
Tää on
desk
varmaan
in room 427
aika samanlainen,
and he pushed
mutta
buttons on keyboard.
tästä on kyllä sanottu, että vaikka
Orders came to him through a monitor
olisi ostanut sen edellisiä ja pelannut
telling
sitä
him what
paljonkin,
buttons
niin
to
tää
push,
kannattaa
how long to
silti
push them, and
ostaa
in
ja
what
pelailla.
This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every
Mut
year.
niin, mikä ettei tän.
Although others might have considered it something,
Ei tästä ole kauan, kun tää
Stanley
ilmestyi, tää oli
waited
jotain
every
parikymppiä.
month that the orders came in.
Mut nyt se oli tarjouksen,
So he
saa alle
made
15 euroa, niin mä ostin tän.
this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever
Okay.
change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor
Onko
for him to
enemmän
follow.
yksityiskohtia
No one
näyttäisi
had showed up to give him instructions.
olevan
call a
parempi
meeting,
teksturointi.
or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Ai niin. Joo, tässä on nämä eri näppäimet, joo. Säädetään vielä sensitivityä. Noin. Niin joo. Tääkin on valinta. Joo, että lähdenkö mä täältä toimistosta pois. Niin muuten. Mites toi kello on? Hetkinen. Joo ei, mä katoin, että oliko siinä vaihdettu minuutit ja tunnit väärinpäin, mutta ei toi. Ei se tässä mennyt sillä aikaa. Mut joo, lähdetään.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hetkinen. Niin joo. Siellä on toinen toimisto. Mä katoin, mitä hemmettiä, eikö mun peilikuva näy? Vähän erikoinen toimisto tää kyllä.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Joo. Seuraillaan, minne toi kertoja vie meitä.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Ei jäädä tällä kertaa tonne.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Joo, mennään sinne. Hetkinen muuta. Aha, selvä.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
No niin.
2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Okay.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okei. Ilmeisesti mennään tonne. Toistaiseksi kyllä näyttää ihan samalta tää homma.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel
En mä kai
this
väärin
now,
klikannut,
when
että
for
kun se
years
kysyttiin,
it
että
had
onko mä
never
pelannut
occurred to
ennen
him?
tätä Stanley
This
Parableä.
question would not go unanswered for long.
Okei. Se taisi hajuta.
Whoops.
Oi hitto.
Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back out. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Okei. No oli sitten pakko koittaa, onko se hajonnut.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat.
Pääseekään tätä jonnekin muualle vai voikohan tää jäädä odottaan? Tää... noin. Mennään uudestaan.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again.
Tää on hienoa, että se huomioitu tällaisia.
How does he keep coming up with all of this? Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he? Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Joo, mennään tarinan mukaan. Tai kertojan mukaan. Paljon on numeroita.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a
Tuolla on kyllä
screen.
muuten samoja kuvia.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okei. Yhä vaikuttaa aika samalta. Mitä nyt se hissiseikkailu oli vähän.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
Ehkä oli uutta. Mä en muuten viimeksi koittanut.
Someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it.
Mitä?
His own
Employee
life
pirate.
in someone else's control?
Mitä siellä lukee?
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation.
Nyt ollaan tässä kopissa.
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Kuten kertoja puhui jotain, että näytöillä luki jotain komentoja ja muuta, mutta ei täällä lue mitään. Joo. System power. Niin kertoja sanoi, että offille piti laittaa. Tuliks nyt se itse tuho?
And a rising chill of
Ei
uncertainty.
tullutkaan. Tuleeko nyt se hemmetin kävely siellä luonnossa?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments
Ei
away.
vitsi.
And yet,
Taitaa olla vähän liian
even as
kylmää
the
vissyä
immense
nyt
door
se nyskittää.
slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
Olisiko
seeking,
täällä takana
but
mitään?
happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand,
Ei
but to
kai.
let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be
Ihan siisti
his.
maasto.
And that was
Tai maisema.
all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin.
Tossakin
The
olisi voinut
feeling of
varmaan jäädä
liberation.
tohon, mutta
The immense possibility of the new path before him.
katsotaan.
This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okei. Saavutus avattu. Beat the game. Saavutus avattu. Get your first achievement. Ja ollaan takaisin toimistolla.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okei, ja nyt.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee lounge.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in
Aika
this
samanlaista kuin
immaculate, beautifully
ennenkin on,
constructed
joo.
room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on
Mikäs
track.
toi oli? Sanotaanko, että toistaiseksi ei kyllä näy niinku mitään sellaista...
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander
Sellaista
about
kunnon
and get even
uutta
further off
elementtiä
track.
tässä,
So
mutta
now in
tässä
order to
täytyy
get
varmaan
back, he
seikkailla
needed to
jonkin
go,
aikaa. Ahaa, ollaan
From here it's
ton sekoiluissa. Ei ole.
Oh no, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okei.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Katsotaan nyt löytyykö tästä pelistä niin kuin... Toistaiseksi
All
ollaan...
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Kyllä
Stanley decided to go
aika
to the meeting room.
samoissa jo
Perhaps he had simply
oltu.
missed a memo.
Mut löytyykö nyt sitten...
When Stanley... Wait, what? No,
Okei, nyt ollaan
I
tässä
restarted.
kohtaa.
I swear I definitely restarted the game.
Katsotaan löytyykö
completely
tässä
fresh.
niin kuin
Everything should be...
perusteita sille, että
Did something
käytännössä
change?
ostetaan sama peli uudestaan vähän
did you
hienompana.
change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay then. It's an adventure. Come Stanley. Let's find the story.
Tässä ei ole hyppyä varmaan ollenkaan. Mennään tänne vaan. Tässä ei ole varmaan niin kuin mitään väliä, että mihin suuntaan menee. Ja sitten nyt ei voi tietää, että ollaanko... Tuo näkyy ehkä se alkuperäinen huone, mutta tää saattaa... Aha.
I'll say it. This is the worst
Tää
adventure I've ever
saattaa
been
olla
on. I
nyt,
can
että ei
promise you there
noudatakaan
definitely was a
normaaleita
story here before.
sääntöjä, että...
Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okei. Mentiin tänne asti.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why
Okay.
don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
No mennään.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story.
Joo,
Here
okei.
it comes.
Aha.
No, wait, never mind. not the story.
Just, nyt ollaan
Let's head back the other way and retrace
mikä
our
se oli?
steps.
Epäeuklidisessa maailmassa vai miten se sanottiinkaan? Siis, ai vitsi, tää on hienoa. Kun normaalit maailman säännöt ei päde ja tapahtuu jotain, mitä ei pitäisi tapahtua, kun me ollaan nyt samassa pisteessä, mutta me ei olla samassa pisteessä, niin heti tuli kylmänväreet. Aika jännä.
Now this, well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Ja taas tuli, siis eikö tässä oli äsken ovi, mistä me tultiin?
Good job. Oh no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Ai vitsi.
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever
Tää on
this
just
place
parasta,
is.
mitä
I
tämmönen
don't
peli
care
voi
what might
tarjota.
happen this time. I have to restart.
Nyt kun rikotaan niin kuin
All right, I've got a solution.
Noita
This time, to
maailman
make sure we don't
perussääntöjä.
get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
No, seurataan viivaa.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story?
Voi hitto.
Simply by the act of moving forward,
Seurataan viivaa,
are
seurataan
we
viivaa.
implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Voi hittoa. Se alkoi taas soittaa tätä. Siisti valoefekti. Meneeköhän toi kertoja itsensä edelle vai onko se riippuvainen siitä, missä kohtaa mä oon täällä? Just. Ja kylmäväreitä. Ai että. Okei. Nyt me ollaan tässä.
Wait, cut the music, go back and look at that fern.
Fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember
Mahtaako
it
en olla
carefully.
oikeasti?
You won't want to miss anything.
Joo. Mites toi? Kello on varmaan edennyt. No, yritetään muistaa 23 eli 11 on se. Mutta onko tässä joku saavutus, että tuijottaa tähän hemmetin kasvia? Paha sanoa. Okei, mulle riitti.
Wait, what? We're back at the office?
Okay.
No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Nyt ollaan taas täällä.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okei.
You know what, Stanley?
Okei. Meinasin just miettiä, että onko tää nyt sama uudelleen, mutta...
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable.
Joudutaanko me nyt sinne
How
Minecraft-maailmaan?
about this direction?
No. Katsotaan.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again.
Viivalla ollaan taas.
I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Niin.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct door.
Rupesin miettimään, että alkaako mun huoneessa muuttuu jokin sillai pikkuhiljaa, mutta ei tässä varmaan mitään tapahdu. The confusion ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one
missä
giant
kohtaa me
ending?
ollaan?
And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Simply black space.
Determined?
Blah, blah, blah.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing. Wall.
Nonsense philosophy and music. Okei, ollaanko me fourth restart nyt vai? Find the confusion ending schedule, eli joo. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, just.
I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay.
Toi on muuten jännä.
I guess now we just wait. You know,
ei näy kuvassa, mutta CPUn käyttö 1,7%.
Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Stanley attempts to play the story, but is prevented, unable to go anywhere or do anything. Game restarts. Ai vitsi. Mä olisin just ruvennut lukea niitä, mutta... Eli tässä restartissa vai yritän mennä sen kertojan mukaan, mutta sitten se ei vaan toimi.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Okei, mä en ihan odottanut, että niinku tää uusi kontentti olisi kirjoitettu vaan oveen, että new content. Miksi mä sanoin uusi kontentti? Uusi sisältö.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over. Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Tää oli nyt vähän odottamaton veto todellakin, että siirrytäänkö me nyt vähän niin kuin eri peliin vai...
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Niin, mitä nyt tapahtuu?
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as
Kyllä, niin.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Kaikki on ollut samaa tähän mennessä.
All right, let's see, it's the jump circle.
Hei! Voi hyppiä, jei! No. Oi ei. Käytettiin kaikki hypyt. Voisiko näitä hyppyjä voi käyttää täällä muuallakin, jos ei käytä niitä tossa?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more.
There's more.
Very good. Yes.
Katsotaas.
Knew there had to be something else.
No,
Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is. That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills. No gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
No, restartataan. Okei. Hei, toi kello on muuten palannut ajassa taaksepäin. Tää ei todellakaan ole se toimisto. Mutta näköjään puolisen tuntia pelailtu tässä, niin mitähän tapahtuu, jos mä jätän tämän pelin tähän? Alkaako tää uudestaan tästä huoneesta vai mitä tapahtuu? No, sitä selvitellään ensi kerralla. Kiitoksia katselemisesta ja se on moro.